excessively by SKT in 2018, 2019, and has stayed with us ever since. Going to be picked up here. Of course, just pretty standard pickups. The R5 Nah isn't exactly inspiring, but BDD on Rise, definitely feeling pretty good about that. Cuz has been playing a heck of a lot of Sejuani. Varus Karma is... And we were having conversations yesterday about, rules that we have for each of our teams. Vi versus Sejuani has definitely been pretty good for the Vi. Works similarly to that of the Wukong and why we like that into the Sejuani, the denting blows being able to really puncture that armor relatively effectively. Certainly doesn't. Their bot lane is going to have the inside track here as Cuz is moving on over. All right, let's see whether this pincer maneuver is going to work. Showmaker, he's going to be able to make his way down though. And yeah, the mantra actually working out here from Lahen's piercing arrow is going to miss.
I don't think.
Well, he's going to. Whether or not that's a good idea is going to be another question. As there's a cease and desist. Let's see whether Lahen's can keep himself alive. I don't think so, as there's first blood going over to Deft. So D plus Kia grabbing the best side of that trade, I reckon.
Might have to wait a little bit.
Well, aiming. Yeah, he's going to be asked to stop. Walks out, though. It's a very nice cleanse. What an ability. So, not going to get killed.
Taking cleanse.
I know, it's absurd.
Still should be an opportunity here to, at the very least, shove aggressively and try and zone him off the turret, although it won't take that much damage. And Lahen's and KT in general are doing a really good job here of hanging on, right? This play, not successful. And as a result... not quite able to, as saying hello. Go back, look at that. That's a black cleaver, and it's also a damage build on Victor.
My goodness.
Keen, I don't know about this.
Keen also might be dead, as the wallop comes through with a fair bit of value. Oh, has to flash the arrow, but does so. Keen gets out of there. Has to expend his ult and flash. Doesn't care about the ult, but the flash is kind of important. Still.
Aggressively nonetheless.
Yeah, Kellen does have a fair bit of control of this area with the fact that Hawkshot exists and things like that. Cuz with his Warmogs available, happy to stand in this front line for a large amount of time. But now with that Leandries, it's really important. Chains of Corruption comes in. They're looking to try and steal as Cuz comes on over. Canyon going to be able to pick up the eye, but BDD, he's realm warped into the back, not able to do quite enough, though. That's a huge nah from Keen, but he's still going to have to try and make his way out, and Showmaker's at full health. He does so much damage. Deft trying to get away from aiming, and he's going to be able to do so as Cuz gets over the wall, but Lahen's, I don't think he's going to be so lucky. He does have the flash, but he's just not quite as fast as the rest of his teammates. Gets the Inspire Shield, so he's actually going to be able to walk it off. Never you mind.
That was so much chaos, Atlas, but overall, it is a big win here for D plus Kia. Get themselves the Herald.
And Canyon's going to move on over and look for that first Hextech Drake. I think it's very, very important dragon to take, but trading it for an inner turret, I think if you're KT, you're kind of all right with. The Showmaker's going to move on over and try and deter BDD, who does have a decent wave. But still, he's going to be able to get it. There we go. Deft with the cleanse, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save him. Chains of Corruption, just the edge. He's going to be able to pick that one up there for aiming game. And we'll see whether that is going to transition. Because like you say, of course, Deft in the ultra late game going to be the largest damage dealer on the Rift alongside Showmaker as the flash has to come out from Lahen's. Cuz throws the prison in, but there's a cease and desist. Canyon pushes him back with the Vault Breaker, and that is the jungler dead. This could be massive as Canna finds the Counter-Strike. Amy's going to be pushed out. Lahen slowed down by the volley, and that is another kill for D plus Kia. Oh dear, this game went from KT control to disaster so quickly.
This might also lead to one of the bigger win conditions for KT, and one that I thought they had a real shot at, which is that Dragon. If they were able to set up kind of a 50-50, them getting soul point by still denying the Baron, they would have been in a great spot, but Venus Mega.
Yep, gonna find the Nah onto Deft. He does manage to buffer, but I don't know whether he'll survive. Has to flash, but he's gonna be able to do so as the Nah goes down. Now Canna is fighting BDD. He has to flash, but there's the Counter-Strike flash from Canna as well. Aiming off to the side can do nothing now as D plus Kia get it all.
And then there is a really nice flank ward as well. Yet no, game's done. It's over.
It's looking a little bit dicey for KT.
I'm not believing anymore.
Someone said an E word in chat. I think that must have been what happened.
With the dancing close, does a lot of damage, and aiming unable to find him after the initial arrow. And then here you're fighting a member down as Lahen's attempting to set up vision for the...
Ooh, the Karma setting up vision
And-
when the game state's not great. It's not a good feeling.
It is not, and it's also... Situations like this become so much more complicated due to the Hex gates, right? It's something that hasn't been in the game as long, and I think it throws off a lot of supports when you're like, okay, they just based, right? We lost the fight, they got Baron. Can I go in and set up vision? The answer is no, because they can literally teleport a large part of the normal way that they have to walk.
Yeah. The support Ashe is very, very strong and can certainly snowball that in a lot of ways. As she is going to land a nice ultimate, but the Glacial Prison going to be there. Canna going to have to back away, but the Chaos Storm doing so much work. Cease and Assist puts BDD right in the middle of it as the Vi is going to be taken down in response. Counter-strike from Canna keeps him alive as D+ Kia looking to try and continue pressing forward. But KT going 1-for-1 in that moment, I think you're kind of okay with it.
You'll take it, absolutely. Game hasn't been lost just yet at Walking.
All right, doesn't find the ice block. Difficult for D+ Kia to continue this snowball moving forward as Cuz is going to find Canyon here. Cease and Desist going to be utilized. Arrow goes into the wind as Keen tries to bounce over the wall, but he doesn't even make it, but it does not matter. They pick up the kill onto the Bias. Now Canna is going to answer. Both junglers now dead as Def chasing after Lahens. Ace in the hole will finish off the Karma, and now he can get to work on the rest of KT. Aiming flashes away, but BDD not going to be so lucky. And now it's a Baron, it's a Drake, it's whatever you'd like. I guess they're in 30 seconds time, so maybe we'll just break open the base. It's all right. I'm taken care of. I have a lot of representation.
We really take your opinion into it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. As Arrow's going to connect here, Callan heard us talking and wanted to offer his name into the ballot. Turrets still remain alive as Buzz going to move in. All right, Shirelius has been used. Arctic Assault is good, and he manages to land the ult, but Def creates the distance that he needs. D+ Kia move back to this Baron. They will be able to lock that one down. Triple Hextech Drake as well, as the Arrow is going to connect onto the Sejuani. Canna is going to be able to follow up the CC, but the Chains of Corruption are there. The Jax is in trouble in the Piercing Arrow. It connects once again. Maybe a slight overextension here for D+ Kia, as Ace in the hole, going to be blocked there by Cuz, just sets himself in position. And the Cease and Desist is there. Showmaker is just chasing after them. The Chaos Storm is massive and aiming. He cannot stand there and shoot them. And even though they lost, Canna, it doesn't seem to matter here. D+ Kia just push towards the inhibitor turret. They'll take it down. Health bar's too low. And KT, a brief moment of respite. They're worth the most gold. As, all right, Arrow is going to connect onto Cuz here. Cease and Desist. Yeah, he's going to say, yes, I'll stop. He's going to get out of there, though. Puts Canyon in prison, which is pretty canonically correct with, you know, what they want to do in Arcane as well to the Vi. As DK going to move back towards this Soul.
You have to fight it. It's not going to be pretty, but you don't have a choice.
Showmaker loves his choke points. They're going to be able to set up these traps as well, but the Realm Warp is going to bring all of KT over. So they at least subjugate that issue, as it is going to be Hextech Soul, and now there is lightning all over this Rift. Def just free hitting. Arrow is going to connect into that backline. The Karma is going to be taken down, and everybody else has to scatter. D+ Kia just too strong at this stage of the game. Canyon, he's just going to run on over and murder aiming, which is not very friendly, and honestly, this is not looking friendly at all. BDD going to buy a little bit of time, but it delays the inevitable, and there is Canna picking up that final kill. There's the ace, there's the Soul, and that is the game for D+ Kia here in game one.
KT unable to match the mid-game. A crucial mistake. One pick cost them a Baron, cost them a Dragon, and from there it quickly snowballs. D+ in slow but sure fashion, able to pick themselves up a victory here for Hextech Drakes.
Yeah, Lehen, not very happy about that, being greeted to this life as by a giant arrow. But D+ Kia will be able to pick up the first game in this series. Well, it looks much better now that we've seen the damage graph. That's almost 4 times the damage of his opponent.
As we continue to see why the victor into the Rise is a fun matchup.
All right, what is the option, Callan? Give me the pike. There it is. We knew it. We knew it. Insta-locked. And this is a lane that we've seen in the past many, many times and has been very powerful. It was an old T1 bottom lane from the Awesome Dude days. Of course, aiming no stranger to those times. But, you know, I think it was, who was it? Deft and Tucson that were playing together during that time on DRX. And that was when Deft was having a lot of Ziggs success. Didn't play with Kellen's Pike, but then played with Carrier's Pike afterwards.
Yeah. Both of our respective best or worst qualities, depending how you look at it.
Yeah, no, I'd say best. 100%. As Cuz is going to be playing with the football skin here. Try not to go into it too much. As now, yeah, Kellen looking for BDD here. Okay, let's see whether this first ability is going to land. The flash already comes through. There's the Bone Skewer. Oh my goodness, they both wait for the autos, and there it is, the flash in. The surprise Teemo and first blood for D plus Kia. Oh, and Lehens also misses that first Q, which is subpar. Bouncing Bomb also going to go wide. And KT with a lot of control here of the bottom lane, but Kellen doing his job already.
Yeah, Showmaker getting an early kill in this matchup is not a good time for BDD. As mentioned, I was expecting it to be the 2v2.
Combination flash already from Lehens? Way away. So, Canyon and Kellen, both of them.
Still no flash.
Yeah, wanting to punish.
Canyon has his.
Well, let's see what they can do. Chains are going to connect. Permafrost not quite landing there as BDD gets on in. Unbound Soul sort of helping here. Alright, BDD keep himself alive.
Nicely done. Window not found here.
Undertow gets Kellen out of there, but looks like KT should be able to grab this one. Canyon in the area, Deft with ult. Okay, Mega Inferno Bomb, an opportunity. Will he throw it in this Dragon Pit is the question, or will he look for the fight? As now Canyon moving over, it's a big ult from BDD. He grabs the Sejuani and she's just put down. Nothing that Canyon could do there at all. D plus Kia sort of just milling about a bit here.
Really well done there.
Beautifully played. As already here on the bottom side, Kellen is going to get snared. Wants to try and get out of there, but he's not going to be able to. Is aiming. Oh, the bouncing bomb not going to be enough there. Onto the Varus to try and answer. Deft has no mana now. And Lehens, if he gets another W, yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Deft to move. Aiming not really interested in getting any further forward as the bouncing bombs will probably kill. As with the passive, not able to actually get the kill onto Lehens as he had a potion ticking the entire time. Deft has to flash.
And D+, kind of in shambles here, getting killed in the 2v2. Aiming having yet another great game. Is going for the on-hit, does have a double front line, so definitely the opportunity to get autos in. Although into D+'s comp with Ziggs and Jace, wonder to what extent he will be able to find a lot of application for that in late game fights. Oh, Deft!
Oh, the W empowered Q, and it does it! Aiming picks up the kills so easily, standing on a control ward there as well, and Deft is going to go down. Yeah, here's the Nature's Grasp. His Cuz going to flash towards it. All right, let's see whether Canna survives this one. The Q's going to come in. Lehens will join as, yeah, he tries to turn it around. It's not going to really do anything. They don't have a lot of damage, so it takes a while. But the Jace dies in the end. That is another kill. Showmaker throws down the ulti here. BDD gets out, but the Bone Skewer is going to pull him back again, but still not enough damage to take down the Yone this time. But Canyon's down here.
We're still going to go through a bit.
Yeah, there he goes. Glacial Prison comes in. There's the ulti, actually. And Kellen is going to make sure that they grab it as... Oh, Chains of Corruption holds onto the Sejuani, and he gets one back. Now Lehen's moving down. Teleport going to be utilized to get him out of here. And yeah, it does do so, as the CC's not going to quite be enough. As now Keen turns up with 1 billion health and looks to eradicate Canna from the map. Sion seems to be doing just fine up here in the top lane as Canna with no flash as these plates will fall down. So Keen getting Arctic Assaulted here, but BDD is going to follow up. Now Canna wants to be able to get this second last plate on this turret. There's the ulti, and I've seen this before. Canyon in a whole lot of trouble. Permafrost ain't going to get you out of this one. Even the minions are mad as Keen picks up the kill in the end. 6-2 is the kill score. KT relentless. And aiming now here in the bottom lane does have to deal with the Mega Inferno Bomb.
Ziggs, baby.
There we go. Can't take my turret. Not if there are no creeps. Beautifully done. Leandri's already complete here.
Oh, D+.
Okay. There's no more ultimate available. It's okay. We're going to knock him up. There's the Permafrost. The ulti is sort of a fadeaway as Lehens turns up. D+ Kia not going to bite off more than they can chew, and isn't really doing that much as Kellen down very, very low. Showmaker picks up a Chains of Corruption as Shirley going to dive towards this turret. Nature's Grasp comes out as Canyon Going to get snared up. Def not going to be, though, as the Mega Inferno Bomb is going to be able to lock that one down. Flash from Cuz gets him out of the way, is now Keen going to get booped back by the charge. Explosive charge. As okay, Deft and Canna move on in. There is the Drake. Nature's Grasp comes down. That's going to be the Varus locking down that dragon. Is Kellen going to flash to get out of the way of BDD's ultimate? He's going to be able to create the distance, but Keen is tanking so beautifully. Chains of Corruption means that Canyon cannot follow up as Cuz has to flash to get over the wall, but they've locked down the Drake already. And D+ Gear just seem to not have an answer. Cuz getting taken down low now, though, as the train will come in. Doesn't get the value, but now KT are going to swoop in. Canna trying to get himself back. Canyon flashes away. Showmaker looks for Lahens on the flank, but it's Canna that's left to the Wolves. Showmaker gets over the wall. Lahens just flashes after him. I don't know about that one, buddy, but it's still going to work out. Just maybe. Lahens is battling in the back of the pit. He finally goes down. It's 2,000 gold, which isn't a large amount, as Keen's going to drive into the mid lane as Showmaker throws out BDD's ultimate. BDD doesn't really mind about it too much, as now Showmaker running away of the Nature's Grasp. Does have his Zhonya's available. Mega Inferno Bomb comes in. The ultimate from Kellen's going to miss, and BDD, he'll survive. Showmaker does the same thing, as now Lahens going to have to run out of there. Keen getting taken down low. The Zombie Scion will not be here this time, though, as he's going to live. Kingslayer from Showmaker keeps him up as well, but it's a triple kill for aiming on the backside of the fight. And KT get the moment this game.
That's one.
Yeah, BDD, Unbound Soul, but we'll take a fair bit of poke off on the back end. There is the Bone Skewer onto the Cannon Minion. Not sure about that one. The turret falls down as now Nature's Grasp, picked up by Showmaker, is going to slow down Keen. He gets the Mikhails, though, and that will get him out of there.
Oh, they've taken a lot of damage, though. Don't forget, Elder is up.
Yeah, Mega Inferno Bomb coming in. Let's see whether D+ Gear can stop them from being able to reset. 17 seconds. If D+ Gear win this game, it'd be the most KT situation ever for KT. I don't think anything has been more KT than this.
They should be okay.
Kellen tries to get out of here. D+ Gear are going to start this one off as, BDD is going to be able to lock down Kellen. The train will park itself over here towards D+ Gear as they're trying to flip for it. Let's see whether they can do enough damage to this Elder. BDD makes his way in, and it is a bloodbath. It is a disaster, and Cuz will pick up the Elder. This game is over. We are going to a game 3. KT come alive off the back of BDD's amazing performance in the early game defensively and aiming, shooting everyone in the head all game long.
Beautiful game by KT. D+ with a creative draft, unable to get anything out of the early games. A lot of plays not quite working out, and KT just say, we don't care. Keen and Cuz, a frontline masterclass and aiming, showcasing that if you give him the space, he can make magic happen. Nice game.
He certainly can. Really beautifully done.
Regardless of the eventual outcome of this match, KT have a great draft, and the funniest part is, this is not about them doing damage. This is about them taking no damage.
This damage graph is about as irrelevant as ever.
That's almost did more than aiming.
Yeah. Aiming, not going for the same build as last time around, so obviously not going to just be shooting off high-powered piercing arrows. You pick up the Silas, though, so that you don't give a Silas to a team that is facing a Nard. I think that's a little bit dangerous here, as BDD is going to lock it away again. The Yone in that mid lane, and now they do have that double melee alongside the Sejuani, but they have basically 0 magic damage. So a lot of armor is going to be built here by D+ Gear, and it does put a bit of a time limit on KT's composition. All right, here we are, making our way down the lanes. It's already aiming going to take a bit of damage. I think it was forced to take E first as well, which doesn't feel great for grabbing lane control. Very nicely done, but I'm glad we mentioned that and caught it at the beginning of the game, because forcing the Arcane Shift really did make sure that DK had this lane exactly where they wanted it.
God. Yeah. Oh, love this from Keen.
Yeah, he's just going to dive onto Canyon, who does manage to get the blue buff, but at what cost, ladies and gentlemen? Keen not going to be flashing or anything like that. Vault Breaker is going to get Canyon out of there, and he's immediately going to go back.
All
Alright, Cuz slinking over. Showmaker pretty far up in this lane, gets knocked up as well. Kingslayer going to give him a bit of health back, as you can see Cuz lying in wait. Setting up the trap. Jonah Strong keeping us in the dark for the moment, as Showmaker not going to get knocked up by that one. And BDD going to get found out. So,
level down.
yeah.
Ooh, skills used though.
Alright, there's Voltbreaker actually landing onto Cuz. BDD and him actually do have a bit of control in this mid lane, but Canyon makes his way back over to his Raptors and will be able to pick that up at least. So, no level 4 just yet, but still.
What Caitlyn and Lux love to do, which is just push.
Oh, the flash, the turnaround! Not going to work out, but he does go flash for flash with the Gnar. Nicely played there from Keen. Scared me. It looked like he was turning.
Kana too.
Yeah, he definitely flashed his way out of that one. Oh, BDD wants that cannon. He's not going to get it. As he clears out the wave, and the Unbound Soul, remember, he has to come back to that. So let's see whether he will survive, as the ulti not going to be invested. BDD still had his. As now, no flashes for the shenanigans, but still, Grassbrock going to be picked up by Canna. Sorry, that was a fleet footwork, never mind.
Little spooky there, as Canyon, a little early on the Q wind up there. BDD runs out the clock, is completely fine. And as a result, especially with him being 6 and having his ultimate available, no worries at all.
Oh, the stun still comes in. That's the first blood solo kill for Keen. Just to finish off how well he's been playing this whole day.
야, 탑 잡았어.
Nicer. And grab himself an ult from BDD to allow him that extra dash range.
Ooh, Ooh.
Not sure if Cuz was spotted there or not.
But look,
now
Yogi's coming.
Slowed down exactly. 3v3 here on this bottom side. Flash to get him out of the way. Is Def not going to be hit by that one, as Kellen finds a nice life binding. I don't know whether he'll survive though. He does! As the ult from BDD brings him under the turret, and that is going to security. Goes back to the Unbound Soul. And TK, they're not able to lock it down. Def, oh, he's not able to find Lahens in the end, and that's 2 kills now for KT. Does have the opportunity to do so. Canyon looking to clear out a bit of shellfish here as Lahens finds himself off to the side and is in trouble. As Final Spark comes in, that is another Mantron Tether, gives him a whole bunch of health back, and that is all just a bait, ladies and gentlemen. BDD grabs the kill onto Canyon. He had no way out. True Shot Barrage fade away from the bottom lane. Certainly not. It's not looking very important right now, as BDD is the one that actually locks down the dragon. Jumps around that pit quite a lot. As okay, here's a big ulti. It's exchanged for one from BDD, but I think Showmaker's was slightly better. They do manage to take down Canyon though, and Showmaker's flashing away Cuz he's so low, but it's a double kill for BDD in the end. Their wallets are pretty powerful, as now Kellen's going to get baited in to try and get a kill on a Sejuani, and it does not work out. 4-0-1. For BDD on this Yone.
All deft.
See what he can do here. Not quite able to go 1 versus 2. As alright, can he find the headshot? The answer is no. Point blank range on that True Shot Barrage, and that will secure it as a big old charge. KT are just clobbering D+ here in this game. So they're a more difficult opponent now.
No, I mean, KT's in a great position.
Oh yeah, no, KT are in pretty good position. Yeah, like we said,
so
it's looking pretty KT favored at this point
tough.
in time. You never really know. You never really know.
Normally, when a game is like this in the LCK, we say,
oh yeah, we're talking about what's for dinner, you know? Like, it's not really...
what games we've been playing.
Yeah. Kellen, going to be taking a bit of damage here. Does have to flash. Cuz going to return the favor with that one. Glacial Prison comes in, but there's a couple of those on this Rift. And that is a dead Lux. Another Rift Herald is going to come down, as Baron hasn't even spawned yet. Minby going to grab all of that local gold. Well, we've got a teleport.
Hold up.
D+ gear. Let's see what Canna can be able to do here. Does have Mega Gnar available. He's walking. He's found a Karma. They're going to get their first kill of the series and then flash away. No perfect game for UKT, as the ultimate from Showmaker looks a little silly as BDD snaps back to his Unbound Soul. Lahens, 100% of the deaths for KT right now.
I don't think that's enough.
Really disappointing performance here for Lahens.
That's going to be Nash.
It's still looking very positive for KT.
And after Nash, they will get the soul, and then they can either end the game or they can wait. And I know we joke about elder flips, but there is no way that there will be an elder flip this game. Based on how far ahead KT is right now, B+ should never be able to walk up.
Well, Showmaker also going to get knocked up. There's a permafrost that's going to interrupt his dash, and he's not getting out of this one. Goodbye. BDD picks up his 5th kill of the game, 5-0-2. Man, can you write down the mid POG for me?
I was going to. I think his runs were absolutely pivotal. That, you heard that? What? You heard what you just did?
What did I say?
You just assumed that KT was going to win this game.
No. I think if Showmaker comes back into this game, it's going to be really important.
Might get Lahens again.
Yeah, Lahens straight feeding at this point in time is Keen looking to try and turn it. Kellen taking a lot of damage. Flash out, and Canyon not going to be able to follow him. And there's the Baron.
Even if you lose this Drake, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't give up all the bounties, you'll be completely fine.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's still anyone's game. As Glacier Prison comes in, we're going to try and steal it. Doesn't work. As Lahens dies again.
This just keeps happening.
Yeah.
But every time Lahens dies, good things happen.
Exactly. No, it's how it's supposed to go. Is now Showmaker trying to run out of there. This Glacial Prison missing is actually kind of fine. Slows everyone down, keeps them in position so that King can get these autos off. He manages to lock down the Silas there, and now he's leaping forward. Cuz also going to be able to find the Flash Arctic Assault. True Shot Barrage does so much work from aiming in the backline as Canyon is going to go down. Canna tries his best to stave them off, and he's going to be able to do so for now, but DK are in shambles.
They're at risk because either you can hard force a fight if D+ do overextend to try and get it, which they didn't.
Alrighty, BDD is going to get taken down. Game-losing play, probably not, but good play for D+ Key to extend this game. Def as well. They're looking for a Baron here, though. That's probably, yeah, it's pretty close to dead right now. Final Spark is going to give them the information. Are we flipping for this one? As Canyon gets into the pit, and they immediately turn on him. He gets himself out of there, though. There is the Baron going over to KT, and now it is team fighting time. Showmaker goes golden right in the middle of the pit. Canna is there sort of celebrating, but only finds Zanara under one person, but they will be out. No, they won't. Cuz survives, and the Caitlyn goes down, and now the slaughter begins. Kellen goes on a journey to try and finish off the battle.
It's happening!
Cuz. And Cuz says, "You're welcome. I guess I'll be the one to send you home." And KT are teleporting to the bottom lane. They will win it. Well, they will take this inhibitor down.
Come on, Atlas! Do it! We're all waiting for it!
Nexus turret is going to go down next. The second Nexus turret is already being hit by aiming, and I think they're going to kill the Nexus Chronicler. They're going to win the game, and KT will take the series dominant Game 3 victory. We never doubted them. And let's have a look at this post-game graph. Def's still doing a fair bit of damage, but you can see aiming having the Ezreal response working out very, very well. And honestly, this snowball just picked up everything. So we've had Zeri Lucian. We've been upset about that. I'd like to remind everyone of our old friends Azir, Corki in the mid lane. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about a stale meta here. This is not even stale anymore. This is off. Like this is gone rotten like 2 years ago, Wolf. And why is it still in the cupboard?
You know, on the level 1, which is why HLE didn't even contest for this. It's a Lux on the other side. You have a Corki, so you're not fighting at 1. So Kellen and Deft get already level 1 control here. Viper got some first strike gold, chipped away at Kellen's health bar. For Zeka, just to talk about his Corki.
Okay, Zeka taking a lot of damage here from Showmaker as we have a look at this is Corki favored. Azir. And also Azir is in a really good spot right now based on the amount of victories we've seen in a row. Is Zeka just dead? No, he's not quite. Maybe soon. Zeka, please?
He has no teleport, so this is a rough spot to be in. And if he has to buy Hexbreaker, he's going to be even further delayed, and he may just simply have to with how this lane is going right now. Canyon shows up here though, and I have a feeling this is not the end of this exchange.
He's got level 6 as the culling is going to fly through. Viper trying to get some value there. Isn't quite able to as Ebb and Flow comes down. Canyon finds Clid now, who is sticking around.
This one. And once again, Canyon sees, okay, there's an opportunity here to just drop Herald.
Yeah.
Lost my ult in, and Lux loves roots, you know? She's getting very happy.
And now she's got a Maokai. So yeah, lots of roots available. That is the ultimate flying into Canyon. He gets knocked up by the bubble as well. Tidal Wave comes in depth. Pretty low, but the turret It's not going to stay alive.
You know, in this early game, hold that thought. Klid's looking for a pick.
Yeah, that is once again Def going to get caught out. Does have his flashback up as the culling is not quite going to reach the Caitlyn. Holds on to both of his summoners now as he holds Klid at arm's length, sidesteps, and he's still alive. Klid finally goes down as that's first blood, and they just couldn't get to the Caitlyn.
Some tools in the tackle box, let's say, if we're going with a fishing analogy. Speaking of,
well, Kellen is going to get culled, and in goes Viper, picks it up. You love to see it. So they have managed to figure it out here. As now D+ without their Renekton, I'm alive, 5 men strong, standing in this river. The traps are set up for Def. Just don't know whether it's quite going to be enough as the tidal wave pushes Canyon away. And D+, you know, they were here, they were present.
Showmaker going for Banshee's Veil to try to mitigate.
Oh, that's a big flash from Kellen. They're going to look for Zeka here as headshot comes down. He's very close to dead, but they've caught Canyon. The tidal wave avoided by the twisted advance. You love to see it as now Vipe able to dash his way out of this one. Def desperately trying to get in range. Life has to flash. Showmaker turns up and everyone scatters to the wind. Try and take down these minions as Showmaker coming in from the side. There's the final spark. Doesn't really hit onto these ones as Nature's Grasp comes in yet again, tanked up by Kingen really nicely, but is he going to die? He's Cassante, so the answer's probably no, as there's the flash. Caitlyn picks up that kill, and now Canna on the flank. They've all tunneled in, but Canna's taking so much damage. The Emperor's Divide from Showmaker, and he's turned it around. D+ Kia, they found their window, and Humble Life Esports just climbed in it. Oh, it's a disaster. It's now Viper versus the world as Caitlyn picks it up. Surprise Teemo indeed. Triple kill for Deft, and here's the Baron. Beforehand, you were like, yeah, but we've got Corki who can do ridiculous things. As Canyon just walks in and takes Viper's lunch money. Klid's going to interrupt the blast cone though, as here is the Nature's Grasp. Teleport to come forward. Canyon's basically unkillable. Final spark goes right through Hanwha Life, and Klid is just going to die. Canyon having a field day. Don't give this guy Maokai, his champion's broken! Zeka goes to try and break this one open as Zeka find a flank angle, or finds a flank angle. That one's a plural. As Ace in the Hole comes in, ebb and flow to get some health back for the Corki. Deft is running so damn fast, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Cloud Soul's pretty silly. His tidal wave going to be avoided by Deft right there. I think he's running faster than even he expects himself to run, as Humble Life Esports not so lucky on that one.
Yeah, that should just be the Baron going over. And we might actually be able to live through this Baron, but the Elder spawns in 10. Canyon's back at full health.
Life Binding is going to miss. And now there's the flash forward. Viper going to cleanse immediately. Final spark, and Canna avoids the rest of the follow-up from Humble Life Esports. Kind of like that play. It was pretty cute. And I do want to say, Wolf, I just had a thought. We're getting towards the end of this game.
Yeah.
Who gets the POG? I feel like Kellen has been super consistent.
Yeah, it's between Kellen and Def for me right now. 100%.
Well, that's the Elder. They've got the Soul as well. Nature's Grasp going to come through here as Canna is going to find Klid. There is absolutely nowhere for Bristle and Sejuani to go, and the Dragon is going to come down from the heavens and smite her away. That seems balanced. That's a lot of... That's enough speed, I think.
100% kill participation in this game. I think I'm going to give it to him.
Well, Canyon is just going to boot back the Lucian, and that is going to say goodnight to at least that form of damage. Zeka is still there to try and wave clear, but it's not really going to work. Canna fighting against Kingen. The Cassante going to try and teleport towards his Nexus turret. Don't know whether that was all that safe given the amount of damage that they had available, but this game is definitely in its twilight hours or minutes or seconds. As Kingen's going to go golden, the rest of them are relegated to the fountain, and D+ Kia, they will come back in this week's LCK. They'll take down this Nexus, and we'll see whether they can do another one. It gets baited by the enemy team and things like this. We saw a couple of those moments, but not that many in this game. But if you use it in order to zone your opposition away from turrets, give them no option, it means that the Maokai can just craft these 7,000 gold leads out of nowhere, especially when you've got a Caitlyn that does kind of the same thing. Oh god, okay. Well, I guess this is just, this is where we live.
This is where we live. Well, remember this was a pick of Renekton here, blind for D+ because they were concerned that Zeka was going to get a strong mid-pick that might surprise them otherwise. He just takes the Azir that was open with the Akali and Sylas protection bands. They don't take Dar here as HLE. They're looking for a little bit more engage and peel in a matchup where Kingen can't lose against Kana's Renekton.
And Renekton just saying, all right, I guess I'll kill minions. And that will happen for about 20 minutes in this game.
Yeah, look at where Kingen is. He's not taking any chances.
Yeah.
Even though it's like early game Wukong, you just don't want to risk it. Now,
Ooh, that was a big hit, though.
yeah, they could actually commit.
Well, we'll see whether Clid can actually make this one work. He's at full health right now. It's an early cleanse as Def gets underneath the turret, gets out of the way as Viper's going to be taken down. It's a disaster for Humble Life Esports, and now Kellen is just chasing them down the rift. Oh no, Humble Life Esports, they botched the dive.
Viper slams his fist on the table. You can see there as well. Very frustrated. The botch of the dive is really going to hurt.
Oh,
now
this flash from Showmaker as well. Fantastic. There's the flash forward from Canyon. All too easy. Red buff's going to help out. And that is a second kill. Humble, I think that bot dive.
That was picked up in both mid and bottom is not so substantial that we're already pulling the obituary out.
Well, Zekka is going to find Clid here, and there is no flash available on Showmaker, so he's just dead. There's the scoop. That is the classic Azir into Victor.
Yeah, someone with that extra damage. You feel great as well.
Oh, Bubble is going to come forward here as there's the Wild Growth onto Viper. Kellen in a bit of trouble, though, as maybe the Zeri things are going to happen. Canyon moves down. Clid is here as well. Good positioning. As Hanwha, they do find a decent angle off the back of Life getting Bubble. Kingen coming on in there. Will he actually do anything damage-wise? Looks like the answer's no, but he can be very frustrating. Zekka finds an Emperor's Divide, but it's onto Kellen. He flashes out. Now Kanna gets into that backline. He flashes after the Lulu and picks up the kill. Viper's at full health, though, and that is the important part. Kingen body slamming his way out of there as the nimble gentleman that he is. Wanted to get himself a cooldown or two, but doesn't get one.
Canyon here.
Well, there it is. Cyclone comes in. Showmaker now just moving on over. They knew that Shifting Sands was going to come through.
TP is very aggressive.
There's a teleport from Kingen, looking to try and make his way in. Oh, the bubble under Life is so good. As Kingen, can he find Showmaker? Showmaker might just die, and yes, he is going to go down. Can they find any more is the question. As I think Showmaker kind of just gave up the ghost there. But this is going down extraordinarily quickly as Showmaker trying to run in. Kingen finds the flank angle. Clid locks down the Drake. Viper ults, and he has a lot of safety right now. Avoids the tidal wave. Kanna flashes on top of him, but I don't know whether it's quite going to be enough. Kingen goes down first, and now Deft is dashing around in the back of the fight. Viper needs to find these autos, and this very moment, it could happen. He manages to split up D+, but everyone makes it out. They don't get the Drake, and that's the main thing. But top laner, jungler, both dead. The Baron on the table.
Zekka does no damage comparatively to Showmaker there in that last fight, and he's just kind of zoning away while Kanna is on top of the carries. And one last maybe flip attempt.
Yeah, this is pretty desperate, though, as they don't have any smites available. They just turn immediately. Canyon sticks on the Baron, and now Deft trying to get that culling through. Showmaker goes very low. Yeah. Deft is still really dangerous as Clid moves over. Ardent Blaze, not doing a lot of damage at this stage of the game, as we can see, but Humble Life, they have to walk in. They have to figure out a way to make it work as Kingen going down solo. Tidal Wave comes in. He gets knocked up, but he flashes away. Kingen, all right, you're an agile, portly gentleman,
but no TP.
Will make it to safety.
Yeah, no TP. Can't get back here very easily. They're just going to push the envelope.
Yeah, Canyon just throwing his Warrior Trickster in there, and they'll just back away again. They're testing, trying to get cooldowns. Every single time they want the full commit from Humble Life, as now they'll say, oh, I guess we'll get a Consolation Infernal Soul.
I'd say I wouldn't be shocked if he sent them both a message.
Yeah, I hope
Seems
so
like
too.
that kind of guy.
He is definitely that kind of guy. As, all right, in goes Clid, throws the ultimate to Narnia. No one's in prison now as, okay, party casts all over the place. Showmaker, really great footwork. He goes golden as well as D+ here. Can you protect your mid laner? The answer is no, but they're going to win the fight anyway. If you can't protect them, avenge them! And they will. Zekka, the last man standing, he'll shift some sand, but he won't be able to shift his Nexus away from the bulldozer that is D+ Kia. Kanna is following him down, and I think this is the 2-0. I think D+ Kia have got this is such an important win for this team.
It really is.
They needed this confidence boost after the loss to KT, and they will do it, and this was not close, guys.
No. And after game one went the way it did, I'm not surprised, especially when you see some of those small errors, right? The failed dive, that pick mid. Like, these are mistakes you make when you're frustrated, when you're having emotional problems, you know, after
Okay, double tap. Not going to be enough as Zekka gets the Wild Growth Life, just running forward, desperately trying to... Look at Lulu in front of this Renekton. It kind of states just how this this series is felt right now, as the Nexus will go down. All business for D+ Kia. They're not wasting their time getting kills. They're just getting ready for their next series.
Yeah.
And no funny business whatsoever at all.
Yeah.
Right? Like
All
this was a serious match for this squad because they knew how much it meant, right? It's not about getting to 4th place necessarily.